3 hours ago, someone said something that left you speechless. But right now, you have the perfect comeback. The one that would have destroyed them. The one that would have made everyone laugh and think you're brilliant. But it's too late, isn't it? What I'm about to show you will completely change how you think about your brain. There's actually a name for what just happened to you, and it has nothing to do with being slow or stupid. In fact, the reason this happens reveals something incredible about how your mind actually works. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to hack this system. This phenomenon has a name that sounds like a French pastry, l'esprit de l'escalier, literally the wit of the staircase. It was coined in 1773 by the French philosopher Denis Diderot. And here's the crazy part. It comes from the actual staircases at the Palace of Versailles. Picture this. You're a courtier meeting the King of France. The most powerful person in the world asks you a question. You freeze. You mumble something forgettable. And then, as you're walking down those massive marble staircases afterward, boom, the perfect response hits you like lightning. But here's what's absolutely mind-blowing. And this is where it gets really interesting. Scientists put people in brain scanners and discovered something shocking about what's actually happening in your head during these moments. When you're under pressure, when someone puts you on the spot, your brain literally changes. Researchers at Radboud University found that acute stress shuts down your dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. This is your brain's CEO, the part responsible for working memory, complex thinking, and, you guessed it, coming up with clever responses. When it goes offline, you're basically running on autopilot. But here's the kicker. Your amygdala, your brain's alarm system, is going absolutely crazy. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but why does the perfect comeback come later? Well, there's actually two separate brain processes happening here. And when you understand them, you'll never feel stupid about this again. In fact, you'll realize your brain is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. When the stressful moment ends, when you're walking down those metaphorical stairs, something fascinating happens. Your prefrontal cortex comes back online. Your stress hormones start to normalize. And suddenly, your brain has access to all the resources it couldn't reach before. I experienced this myself just last week. Someone criticized my work in a meeting and I just nodded and said, "I'll think about it." But driving home, I had a 15-minute monologue about why they were completely wrong, backed by data they clearly hadn't considered. And for a moment, I felt like an idiot. But then I remembered the research. This isn't a modern problem. Denis Diderot described this exact feeling over 250 years ago. Those French courtiers dealt with the ultimate high-pressure situation. One wrong word could literally end their careers, or worse. And just like you, they'd think of the perfect response only after the moment had passed. But here's what nobody talks about. This same mechanism affects everyone from Navy sailors to subway musicians. Remember the famous experiment where Joshua Bell, one of the world's greatest violinists, played in a DC metro station? Most people walked right past him. They literally couldn't process the beauty they were hearing because their brains were in commute mode. So, how do you beat this? Well, you can't completely override millions of years of evolution, but you can work with your brain instead of against it. Strategy number 1, the pressure release. Give yourself permission to say, "Let me think about that and get back to you." This buys your prefrontal cortex time to come back online. Strategy number 2, the pregame. Before important conversations, spend 5 minutes in what neuroscientists call deliberate relaxation. Deep breathing literally changes your brain state. Strategy number 3, the reframe. Stop thinking of delayed responses as failures. Your brain is doing exactly what it's designed to do. Prioritize immediate survival over witty comebacks. But there's one more thing about l'esprit de l'escalier that most people don't know, and it completely changes how you should think about these situations. It's actually a sign of intelligence, not the lack of it. Think about it. The fact that you come up with better responses later means your brain is continuously processing information in the background. Psychologists call this the incubation effect. Your brain is literally working on the problem even when you're not consciously thinking about it. That perfect comeback isn't coming from nowhere. It's the result of sophisticated cognitive processing. The people who never experience l'esprit de l'escalier? They're often the ones who say the first thing that comes to mind, without that deeper processing. This phenomenon reveals something profound about human nature. We're meaning-making machines, constantly analyzing and reanalyzing our social interactions. In a weird way, l'esprit de l'escalier is proof that you care, about being understood, about being clever, about connecting with others. Now here's something I want you to try right now, and tell me in the comments if this happens to you. Think of the last time you had l'esprit de l'escalier. Can you remember not just the comeback you thought of, but the exact moment it hit you? Was it in the car? In the shower? Walking up actual stairs? I'm willing to bet it was during a routine, low-stress activity. That's not a coincidence. That's your brain's default mode network kicking in. The same network responsible for creativity and insight. You're not having random thoughts. You're having breakthrough moments. So the next time you're walking away from a conversation thinking of what you should have said, don't feel frustrated. Feel amazed. Your brain just demonstrated something incredible. The ability to continuously refine and improve your thoughts, even after the moment has passed. That's not a bug. It's a feature. I used to beat myself up over these moments. Now, I write them down. Some of my best content has come from those should-have-said moments. If this completely changed how you think about those delayed comebacks, hit the like button. Seriously, it helps more people discover this. And here's what I want to know. What's the best comeback you've ever thought of too late? Share it in the comments. Next week, I'm diving into why you can remember every embarrassing thing you've ever done, but forget where you put your keys. The neuroscience behind that is even more surprising than what we covered today.